World War II, a war where three countries who try to take over the world face off against three countries that want to take over the world in a more subtle way. The Axis powers consisted of three main countries: Nazi Germany, the infamous one and only, Fascist Italy, who no one cared about, and finally Japan, who only called Americans' attention with the surprise attack of Pearl Harbor. Japan's involvement in World War II mainly consisted of invading and conquering much of East Asia, with some of the Pacific islands like Micronesia and the Philippines. Though they mainly invaded Asia, they also planned on moving westward, like taking South America and even the United States, though they were never able to do so because of Western interference. War powers had military brothels, little houses where soldiers could have sex with prostitutes in order to boost morale. Japan's brothels were established before 1932, but expanded in late 1937 due to the 80,000 rapes that Japanese soldiers committed in the invasions of the Chinese city of Nanking. The problem is, most of the brothel workers were brought there against their will. They were either kidnapped, threatened, tricked by the promise of well paying factory work, or even sold by guardians to be servants. Most of these workers were Korean or Chinese, but they also came from the rest of Asia. In these brothels, these workers were forced to entertain non-stop in horrible conditions where protections from pregnancies and STDs were non-existent. By the end of World War II, 90% of these workers were executed, but the US still allowed the practice to continue until General Douglas MacArthur shut them down in 1946. The existence of comfort women was heavily denied by the Japanese government, and not much was said until the 1980s, after South Korea recovered from political and economic turmoil and established itself as a democracy. Due to the world hearing woman coming forward, in 1993, Japan officially recognized the events of the comfort woman. In 2015, Japan offered a 1 billion yen of reparations to the remaining survivors, but it was heavily criticized as a payoff, as Japan requested that the grievance memorial and statue outside of Japanese embassies be removed as in turn. Now, protesters just want a sincere apologies for the atrocities. For 25 years, and the longest ongoing protests ever, protesters gather every Wednesday outside Japanese embassies to advocate for sincere apologies.